Hey guys, it's Alec Otis here, and I'm at my house gym in Pretoria, South Africa. It's an outdoor gym, and I've mounted my system here on our perimeter wall, completely exposed. But our systems are made for outdoor environments, so it's lacquer. What I want to show you guys is resistance bands. So resistance bands, I wasn't used to many years ago. I used to understand the more traditional environments, but they are very versatile and you kind of need to understand how to use them. So I'm going to explain a little bit of the mechanics to you so that you can also use that to your benefit. Firstly, I think most importantly is to understand that a resistance band works in a spherical environment. So think of this 3D bubble around yourself, okay? And this bubble, you can actually move in any direction, whilst weights, they work in one dimension. They work with gravity, always going down to the floor. Take a bench press, for instance. A bench itself was actually designed so that you can lie down on it, so that you can press up away from the floor, away from gravity, and ultimately then get that action where you are exercising chest. Now, you don't have to do that with the resistance band. It's just where you mount it. So your resistance is wherever it is pulling from, whilst weight is where the gravity is, and that's what you need to compensate for. Okay, so let me start there perhaps and show you guys quickly what I mean. So let's do a bench, but a standing bench press with resistance bands, for instance. Okay, so I take two resistance bands, right? And if I were to mount them on, this is our plus bar over here, I can immediately stand, you see there, and push away, do the same action. Now these are quite light, so you can obviously have a lot heavier. These are 13mm resistance bands, but they go up to like I think 84 or something millimeters, perhaps even slightly wider, but it's hectic. The nice thing about the band itself is when you lie down, you isolate muscle, whilst when you're standing, you are ultimately activating core muscles while you're training chest. So you've got multi-muscle activation, and it's far more functional because a functional exercise helps you to simulate real-life environments. I mean, where are you going to stand? Where are you going to lie on a bench while you're doing that type of exercise? Whilst when you out and about, out in the world, you are usually standing or doing something when you're doing this exercise. So that functional kind of strength is good for day-to-day activity and day-to-day strength. Okay, so again, when you want to push away from something like you want to bench, all that you want to simulate is the action of being pulled in the opposite direction. Okay, now just what's amazing about this, when I just turn around, for instance, and I were to do something like this, I'm immediately doing a back exercise because I'm pulling again from that same angle. Whilst if I were to stand, let's say, with my body facing diagonally, or with my body kind of like squared off against the machine, I can then do, for instance, a shoulder exercise where I'm pulling it towards me, or a one arm fly. You see. All right, so the purpose is again to show you these bands. Okay, so the mechanics of it. Firstly, they're in a loop format. Okay, so they're one loop. And I would say it's about a little bit more than a meter if you take it. Okay, that loop format, there's a few ways to use this. Okay, so firstly, you can mount it as just a single loop. Okay, now I'm going to use it where I put it. All right, so now I can also double it up. Okay, so I'm going to put this one down for a moment. I'm going to double this one up. Okay, what I'm saying is, let's say for instance a bicep curl. So take it by the edges there, okay, and that little loop at the bottom, or that place where it folds back, I just take, this is also a plus bar. There's now one in each hand. And now I can do a bicep curl. Okay, can do single hand bicep curls. Can even lift it up to here and do like a front squat, shoulder press, 1, 2 hand. Okay, front lift. All right, a row. Okay, one-handed bicep curls with both in my hand. Now it's obviously double the actual resistance. And let me leave that one there and pick this one up again. Do the same thing here. This hand, now this hand, and check. One hand, 2 hands, shoulder press. This is quite tough. Or squat. Okay, so I think you get the idea of the mechanics of kind of like folding it like that. But now I'm working upwards, now downwards. I'm going to take the plus bar, and you can move it to the side of your column, completely strong enough. And same way, but now working downwards from there. Down, this is a tricep push down. Okay. Tricep pull over. Okay, you can even do more a decline bench. So I'm benching downwards, or one in each hand, and do a fly or bench. Okay, even like a crunch. Tons of things you can fall double. Okay, one other one. So again, now I'm saying, imagine yourself being in a bubble, and you can. Just depends on the actual angle you want to work in. That's the way you kind of like want to think of the resistant band. Where do you want to place it on the column? And ultimately, what do you want to exercise? Do I want to pull because I want a back exercise? Do I want to curl because I want more a bicep exercise? Do I want to push more for triceps, chest, whatever, legs? It's actually a ton of things. Okay. One other way I want to show you. Remember, as I said, it's a loop. Okay, so let's loop it. Let's use it. Let's take one red, that's a 13 millimeter. One black, that's a 22 millimeter. And I'm going to loop it. So the loop goes around and around. Okay, now I've got it here at the bottom of me. So here's the black one, for instance. That's the top and that's the bottom part. And now with this in my hand, I can, for instance, do a simulated kettlebell swing. See from there, because it's now mounted here. So I can, one hand, I can do a squat from here, front squat with a press. I can put it around my neck. Do also a squat. I can do a pull up, but a weighted pull up. Okay, I can even do a press where I go down and I press against the wall, or even a little bit away from the wall, and I press away from it with it actually weighting down my shoulders. You can also take one in one hand, the bottom black in the other hand, and now I've got a simulated bicep kind of environment. Okay. So that loop environment is nice. I've got two here. So if you wanted to increase the weight, you could easily just take a red and a black at the top, and then say, this is what I want to use now. Use both, Okay. So, or you can make it light and say, I just want to take the red, or however. But it's nice for the different styles of or different weight categories. You can immediately see how it can scale. And you can integrate into different exercises in the same moment. So you can see how many things you can do with that resistant band in this small little space. And you can also integrate quite nicely. You can use it with a pull-up bar. you can weight yourself down very nicely and easily. Okay, so resistance bands, phenomenal piece of equipment. It's not necessarily so easy to, to show you guys everything, but I hope I've helped you just understand a bit of the technicalities and the mechanics of it. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, gym your way.